you know, when I am, trying to be on vacation and, I check up on my friends every once in a while. God damn it, Realm Wars. You send me stuff while on vacation, and then I get so wrapped up in it that I start to want to make stuff on vacation, and then that means that I am not on vacation any longer. But in all seriousness, this is a dramatic reading. Fuck off. Anyway, Scarlet Otaku here, and yeah, I have brought someone very special. Not someone of the commentary community at all, but someone whom is very, very good on giving constructive criticism. Please introduce yourself, Madame.
I'm all inked out. I am Scarlet Otaku's cousin, and she has kindly dragged me into this dramatic reading.
Mainly because out of every single person I've met on the internet and in real life, she's the one that gives the best critique.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I know that's kissing your ass, but you know what? Deal with it. I'm kissing your ass because you kissed mine.
Okay.
So, yeah. So all the metal fantasy raider stuff has been going around quite a lot, and I know that he's almost been done to death, but you know what? When Realm sent me that picture, I could not resist the lulz that came out of it, and Inked Out, you need to see this crap. Oh dear God. I will post a link in the description to all Inked Out's DeviantArt, as well as to the picture that we're working on doing this dramatic reading on, and Shiza. So, yeah, this picture, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you look at this picture right here?
It's weirdly 3D and weirdly drawn. I can't get over the 3D paint.
He says that this is the first thing that he's done in Paint Tool SAI, so he's drawn this by hand, he's inked this, and he's colored it.
And it looks like crap.
And you know what's funny? I was the person that actually told him to draw something original. This is nowhere near original. So what we're gonna be reading is the description for this picture, because oh my god, is it like not only freaking annoying as fuck to look at picture wise, but it's also it's mind blowing on how unoriginal this guy is. I mean, oh god. Okay.
First of all, we have to start with the name.
Okay, so starting off with the name Armando Isle Eli, whatever the fuck, how do you pronounce that name?
No idea. It's his attempt to be original, taking a well-known name and switching out the letters. That only works when you know how to pronounce it by sight. So it didn't work.
Uh-huh. And he's an echidna. Okay, if he's an echidna, but then where the fuck is his tail? Where is his tail?
If he's an echidna, where's his shell? If he's an echidna, why does he look like Sonic?
Why does he look like a ripoff of Vicious?
Why does he look like a hedgehog?
Why? It hurts my eyes, it hurts my creativity, it hurts everything of being an artist.
What bugs me the most about his name, though, is how cliche it is. His original name is Armando the Echidna, and an echidna normally gives off the feel of like a Mexican or a Spanish or a Latina type feel. And he just had the gall to give it such a cliche name as Armando. Now, unless the entire idea for this thing was to be horribly cliche, which I know it wasn't because he was horribly sincere about how awesome it looked in his comments, it's not good. You should really try to avoid cliches when doing stuff because it just lowers the entire credibility of the entire work. People roll their eyes and sigh and then not look at it again.
And some people cry. Okay, moving on. Okay. Powers. Fire, water, ice, light, electricity, earth, wind, and darkness.
That seems odd. Is there anything he can't do? It seems he has every single element, plus a couple extras that aren't quite elements.
Wait. Time out here. Who else has powers like that?
Let me think.
Is he like that... Wait, it's that mecha Chinese schoolboy. Kamiko!
Oh!
No. How? Oh my god.
Rip off.
Realm, I hope you brought a tissue, because I can tell you're crying at this point. He has stolen your character's powers. Oh my god. How insulting can that be? Like, when you take someone else's powers and you just bastardize them.
Bastardize.
He can combine elements to make combo attacks, although it takes a lot of his energy.
Oh no!
Yeah, who else actually has unlimited power but gets weak when he uses it? Especially in the Sonic universe?
Let me see.
Shadow?
Yes.
Exactly! Ripoff of Kamiko and Shadow combined. What? So, Eli, whatever the fuck his name is, I'm just gonna call him Bob. Because that's easier to pronounce, and it's less stupid.
But not by much.
Whatever. So, Bob usually uses only one element in battle, but he only combines in emergencies.
I don't know why he had to add that part, because normal people using their common sense would think that a combined attack that drains a lot of his energy would only be used in an emergency.
No! This guy did not take any classes in creative writing whatsoever, and he's supposed to be going into high school. Yeah, I was originally going to say this in a comment, but you know what? This was just too much to actually put into one comment. Plus, he wouldn't be able to read the entire thing because, he doesn't pay attention for crap.
It was a huge comment.
Oh god, yeah. And the only thing I have to say in this part right here is that, oh my god, creative writing classes and art classes you desperately need. Because at this point, you're at your noob stage. And to put up something that was your first attempt, now, Inked Out, you said something earlier. What would you say? What did you say, basically?
Well, first attempts are not something to be laughed at when they are not posted on the internet and shown to a trusted person, because they are normally a sketch. You never use a first attempt as a final product. A first attempt is a, keyword here, sketch. First attempt should be drawn, redrawn, and drawn again before you even think about posting it anywhere.
Yeah.
It only causes embarrassment to yourself. This is not high quality work. It looks like he drew it within an hour.
Yeah. It looks like he just got out of bed, created a story in about 2 seconds, and just, wrote the entire thing down and drew the character in 1 hour. And he just said, done, finished character. Doesn't work like that.
The only time it works like that is if you are doing a creative exercise. You have a 1 hour time limit or something, and you're trying to create this brand new character out of thin air. This is the only time I'd accept something like this, because it's just, that's an exercise of talent. This is being lazy.
Metal, okay, when I said that I wanted you to create something original, I wanted you to take time with it. I wanted you to at least take maybe a few months, maybe even a year to create something, because it does not take you an hour or less to create a character. It takes you, like, oh my god, a lot of time. I mean, Inked Out's character that she's got for her stories and stuff, she put a lot of time and effort into her characters, as did I.
I've spent years on my characters.
As did I. So, yeah, it's like, you can't create something in an hour and say it's a finished character.
The reason you don't is because when you go back over it, you can remove the cliches and the rip-offs and anything else that is imperfect about it, because it's a first try.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's move on to his personality, which is gonna be a laugh. Brash, helpful, brutal, and rude. What do you have to say to that?
Sounds like quite a few characters in Sonic that I know of.
Knuckles.
Shadow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe even, Vector.
Yeah, it's only 3 off the top of our heads.
And we know that there's a bunch of other characters that could be like that, if not have a part of that in them. Yeah. And he's just combined all those cliche characters, mashed them all into one character, and then just called it a personality. That doesn't work like that.
Yeah, the personality just makes this entire character, even if you changed all the other cliches we've mentioned so far, into a cliche. Brash, brutal, rude, and helpful. You know, that sounds like an anime I've heard of. What's that called? Inuyasha! Oh, wait, he was the entire main character. His entire shtick was he's brash, he's rude, he's brutal, but he's so helpful.
Inuyasha. Oh my god. He's ripping off of so many characters. He's ripped off of freaking Shadow the Hedgehog, Inuyasha, and Kamiko.
This is why you don't publish first attempts, because a first attempt is you pulling all your influences into one thing before you mold it into your own.
It's just so sad. Oh god, and his weaknesses. Any element that is strongest against the one he's using, example, fire is less than water, light is greater than darkness, etc. You do the math. Generic much? That's like every single RPG type of magic and stuff for every single RPG game.
Yeah, Final Fantasy, Pokemon, anything that has to do with magic battles in it has that.
Or just superpowers in general.
Yeah.
His feelings, most notably his anger. So you could just say his anger. You don't need his feelings in there.
Or you could just put strong feelings or volatile feelings. I mean, use vocabulary.
And anything made of plastic.
Wait, what? What?
You want to read the rest? I can't.
I don't understand. What did he just say? His feelings and anything made of plastic. Is that supposed to be a sentence? What does that mean? There's no verb. Nothing's happening. What do his feelings and plastic do? I thought
stuff in parentheses. Check the stuff in parentheses.
Plastic gives him several side effects, such as burns, rashes, fevers, gonorrhea, diarrhea. What? Is he eating this plastic? Why is he eating the plastic? And what do his feelings have to do with it? I think you meant to have 2 sentences there. His feelings affect, like, his anger affect the level of his power. Like, if he's angry, maybe his power's out of control.
Still feels like Inuyasha.
Yeah, that's very cliche, but I mean, still, that would be a complete sentence. This makes no sense. His feelings, most notably his anger, and anything made of plastic. And by the way, when you include a parentheses sentence, it has to go inside the sentence you've been using so that people know it's attached to the sentence. That's why I didn't go on and read it, because it wasn't within the period. So I thought the sentence was done. I mean, it still wouldn't be done even with the parentheses comment in there, because there's no verb.
Yeah,
You come up to someone and say, his feelings and anything made of plastic. doesn't work. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Try and say that to someone.
We need to move on.
I'm sorry. I'm a grammar freak. I'm a writer.
You're a grammar Nazi. I know.
Yes.
It's okay. It's okay. I wouldn't blame you. We've got a bunch of other grammar Nazis in the commentary community. You have no idea.
The backstory gets worse, especially with the grammar.
You want to read this part?
No, you can read it.
Oh, fuck me. Anyway. Originally named Armando the Echidna, which is still Hispanic in some way, and a cliche. He competed in several fighting tournaments and usually won the cash prizes.
Well, that's not exciting at all. He didn't have a screwed up life. He had no struggles. He was just on top of the world.
However, one day a group of elemental warriors named the Sinful Eight came and murdered his parents.
Oh, no, there's the cliche bad backstory. Oh no. His parents died. His successful life is ruined. Outraged, he promised revenge on the killers. During a walk, he fell into a pool of dark energy, and it completely transformed his appearance, and he renamed himself Eli, the Elemental Echidna. What? Did he just gain his powers going on a walk? You mean one day he just felt like walking to the park, and he just fell into a pool of dark energy? He just was walking and just fell into this giant pool of dark energy that he didn't see before, and of course it completely transformed his appearance. And you know, he didn't even mention if the dark energy gave him his powers or not. For all we know, all it did was change his appearance. Maybe he had his powers before then. I don't know. He didn't say.
I'm crying.
He then joined a group called the Elemental Force. Here comes the grammar part. Now joined by his friends. End of sentence. New sentence. He must stop the Sinful Eight. End of sentence. Really? Really? Oh my god. Anyway, while also gathering elemental energy to balance his strengths and weaknesses in battle. What? Why? What? Why does he have to balance his strengths and weaknesses in battle?
I don't know. He's already god-modded.
He's already balanced. Look at that. He's got fire, water, earth, and
all this other stuff that Kamiko uses.
You know, the only thing he doesn't have is fire. I just noticed.
Actually, he does.
Oh, yes he does. He has the 4 elements. Why does he need to balance his power? I thought the 4 elements meant you're balanced.
Avatar much?
Mm-hmm.
My first attempt at using Paint Tool SAI, my very first fan character. Now feel free to point out any flaws in the picture or just his bio in general. Okay, sir, yeah. When people started pointing out the flaws, major flaws, you started getting all wealthy. And then you started saying, well, no, I'd like to see you do better. Really?
You even asked why this was a shitty picture. Take a look at it, Buster.
If that's your best, I sure as hell would hate to see your freaking worst. Oh my god.
This should not have gone on the internet.
I don't even want to know what his worst is if... Oh my god. Just...
I feel really bad for this guy. Why did you post this? Seriously. I would be crying from embarrassment.
I would too, but you know what? He hasn't been an artist for really that long. And he hasn't been on the internet for very long.
Really, before you post stuff, get feedback from people you know before it's posted, where everyone and anyone can see it.
And you need to at least have someone that gives good constructive criticism. If you don't have someone that gives good constructive criticism, then all hell will break loose.
You can't just give it to your mom, or your dad, or your brother, or your sister. You can't just do that because they're kind of biased. You gotta go to other people. You gotta go to friends who you know are gonna be honest. You gotta go to people who you might not like, but know are gonna be honest. you can't just throw this out there because it's your first thing and you want feedback from anybody. No, you're going to end up being very upset, very angry, and, well, it's your own fault.
Yeah.
Apparently, you were talking to Scarlet Otaku about this. You should have come to her first before posting it. If she's the one that gave you the idea and she was kind of your mentor for this in a way. Maybe not entirely, but I mean, you could have asked her. She would have been willing to help.
Well, yeah. But the thing is that he's scared of me. He's scared of Loudon. He's scared of. Of course, he's scared of Realm, but he doesn't want to admit it. He doesn't want to admit any of this stuff, and he wants to be able to learn how to do this stuff on his own. When really he can't learn anything for crap, and he has to be fed information, and he wants feedback, but the feedback that he gets is always going to be negative, at least in his eyes, and he's always going to be like, no, like a stubborn child, which he is. Okay, so anyway, I think that this is probably the end of it. So, you want to start with, your farewells?
No, this has made me extremely tired. I'm done.
Alright.
This is depressing.
I know. We're gonna go and cry now. So this has been the bitch with the cannon saying, please, pray for us.
Yeah. One last thought to Metal. You really need to put more pride into your work. Pride is not defending your work. Pride is fixing it before it's out there and gracefully accepting criticism, especially when you asked for it publicly.
Oh god, let's hope that he actually listens to you.
Let's hope he listens to the entire thing.
Well, anyway, this has dragged on for too long, so this is Scarlet Otaku and All Inked Out signing out. So, farewell.